with Tim Black.
So ICE snatched up that TikTok influencer, Tatiana, the influencer that kept on doxing them, right up on her live stream. You see, when you F around, you find out. Now, the clout chaser, let's see how much clout she gets when she get back to her home country. I wish you all the success. I know how hard it is to build an audience. I know how hard it is. And that's why people got to chase clout, because they want to speed up the process. Now, they had them boots on your neck and you crying for help. And did your clout help you? Nope. You got a one-way ticket back to your home country. So good luck.
They are ICE poking the bear. Poking the bear is never a smart idea. Just the audacity of these people. You know how entitled you have to be in a country you're not a citizen of, and to be actually going after the cops. To be going after the cops in a country you're not even supposed to be in. You're not in here legally. Bump what you think. Forget what you have in your heart. Forget what your needs are. You're not legal. You're not in a country legally. Then you can't just shut up, make your little videos, make your money, buy your Tesla, drive your Tesla. You're living better. You're living better than 70% of Americans. You're not even American. And that's not good enough for you. What you got to do is you got to go and poke the bear. Now, I don't know how many views you were getting to do this, guys. She could have been getting a lot of views. Maybe she was able to buy the Tesla from all the views she was getting. That's possible, right? But folks, it'd be better to catch the bus than to be forced to catch a plane home, wouldn't it? At some point, we need to address the entitlement nature when it comes to the immigrants. Yeah, these illegal migrants, we got to start looking at the entitlement level, man. Y'all been learning from the most privileged of the most privileged here in the United States. You may be light-skinned or maybe not. You're not white. You're not U.S. white. You may check white as soon as you get in here. Quickly check white on that census, hoping it protects you. Let me tell you something. If you don't have your paperwork, you're not safe. Yeah. You know, I feel the same way about this. You know, I'm hard on black people that be taunting cops. Yeah, I never thought it was good for black people. You ever seen this? When black folks are taunting cops? I'm never for that. I'm like, nah, don't do that shit. Don't do that. Cause look, these people got their own rules and they have no problem violating yours. Don't do that shit. And those are American citizens who live in America here legally. They were born here. Their parents were born here. Their grandparents are born here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 generations. And still I say, don't poke the bear. Because when the bear, all you being right or wrong won't even matter. Now that's what, if I say that to black Americans, you know I got a whole heap of explaining, of beatdowns for you verbally, right? Because you're not even from here. And you are poking the bear at the most inopportune time. Most inopportune time. You got a Republican president, not only a Republican president, a president that's high off this shit, a president that gets his rocks off on this, a president who ran on deportations. And actually, I support deportations. I ain't gonna lie to you, I do. Because I support black Americans. And I don't care what any black person tells me. I know there's a finite number of jobs. And I know for some reason, they keep picking Latinos over blacks. Until that changes, at least we could do is not have us compete against those who aren't even citizens. That's the least we could do. And how that's such a hard lift to get black people to, black people of status to go with me on that. That's the fact that's hard to get them to understand that scholars and elites want to argue with me on a basic point. It only makes sense. So I support deportations, but I also support having some dignity with the shit if you can. But I also point out, I don't remember what kind of dignity we're giving to people that have warrants. When we have warrants, they come get us, so like they come and got your ass. If you got a warrant in the United States, and you're a U.S. citizen, and you could be at work, you could be at church. Someone said they were at the kids, somebody was at a kid's funeral, and they came and picked their ass up. That's citizens. For some reasons, when that happens to people that aren't citizens, everybody freak out. And it's almost like not being American gives you a certain level of privilege. Because no one freaks out when they come get black people that got warrants. Nobody give a shit. Hell, nobody cares they come get white people that got warrants. I've covered stories where white guys been home out of their business. And cops kick open their door looking for the wrong person and kill them in their own house. I covered a story like that. I covered a story where a white kid was home playing Nintendo. It's on my channel. Playing Wii. Cops came to the door. He had the Wii controllers in his hand. They were looking for his dad. They thought he was the dad, thought the Wii controllers were guns, and you know the rest. He is no longer with us. See, these things happen to white people all the time. They just never report on it because then you get January 6 times 100. That's really why they don't talk about white people shit. Y'all think it's because they don't want to make money. They sure they want to go viral. The problem is white people respond differently than black people. Yeah, for all the Ben Shapiro's, all these Pat Bet Davids, all these assholes on the right complaining about how black people act, the reason why they do not report white death the same way they report black death is because white people react differently. They don't, not this progressive shit where they go spray paint a trash can or punch a Nazi. Nah. Some of the stories I covered of white people being offed by the system, if that shit got out, if that went viral, and the right picked that up and really wanted to broadcast that, we'd have real tyranny in this country. The January 6th would look like a play date for toddlers. You understand what I'm saying? Back to this woman. Good. Get out. Take your monkey ass up out of here. That's right. You think it's funny. You wanted clout. You made some money. Hope you can ship the Tesla back with you. Hope you can pay to ship it. Or send it to auction. That's why they need to impound it and auction that shit. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's cute for you to poke the bear. It'd be different if you were a U.S. citizen. Then I'd say you had a right to act the ass. Doxing, I thought was illegal, but you have a right to act an ass. But if you ain't earned the right, that's one, like being an American citizen, having all our taxes, and forget you saying, well, they pay when they buy a Snickers bar. Shut up. Shut up. Nobody lock your ass up because you ain't paid a Snicker bar tax. Ask Wesley Snipes that shit. Go tell Wesley Snipes that shit. He spent how many years in jail because he didn't pay his taxes? Don't tell me this shit, okay? Cut the cap. Being a citizen, paying taxes, living in this country, you people from this country, you from this country, going back 3, 4, 5 generations. The least we could do is reserve for ourselves the right to criticize our own government in our own country. That should not be something afforded to other people that live off of us or who came here illegally. They should not have that same right. There are other countries, if you from another country, you're not a citizen, and you there shitting on their country, they get you up out quicker than this. That's it. That's all I got. I think my message is received. Tatiana Martinez, see ya.
The Tim Black Show streams Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wolfpack.